It's I mean, if you were gonna prophesize about the end of humanity, you'd probably prophesize about someone accepting some sort of a chip in their brain and then everybody being forced to do it, some Matrix type situation. I could see why people would see that this, and it might be just the inevitable transition from biological to cyborg that we're probably going to have to go through anyway.
Well, the end of the world will, at least according to certain traditions, is heralded by the Antichrist, and the Antichrist is the master of the lie. So I think it's interesting to kind of use that perspective as a way of seeing where the future is heading.
So the Antichrist is mass media.
It's the master of the lie.
Yeah. Mass media is the master of the lie. Corporate media is the master of the lie. Corporate media is the Antichrist. Corporate media leads us into wars, justifies all kinds of crazy things that we do. We take over foreign governments and install our own puppet dictators and have everybody convinced that it's a good thing.
Well, the concept of the Antichrist is very old, 2,000 years. And you have Christ, you've got the Antichrist. So, there's a God and there's a demiurge. So it's a notion that has carried a lot of weight for a long time. Yeah. So you think that the media is the Antichrist?
Well, I think,
or could be seen as.
Well, you could see corporations as being in sort of a demonic state. So if you have an obligation to your shareholders to consistently provide higher and higher profits every quarter, and in order to do that, you have to do things that will cost people lives and destroy people's lives. Like, for instance, the Sackler family that got everybody hooked on opioids. Is that not demonic? That seems very demonic. And if I was under the throes of its spell, if I had gotten caught up in opioids, it would be very similar to being possessed by demons, having your life ruined by devils. Very similar, at least in result, right? Especially if you wind up committing crimes because you want to get your drugs, you wind up in jail, your life is over, maybe you destroyed other people's lives. It's very demonic in that way, and like in the result, in the end result. The end result is evil.
Oh, well, look at the opium wars in China. The British imported opium, and there was a huge opium addiction problem in China. And it was seen as a demonic scourge, like a diabolical affliction.
And in its result, it is demonic. It's just we're like hung up on pitchfork, fork tail, horns, demon, but in action, it's clearly demonstrably demonic.
Well, demonic in what way?
Okay. If you can lie about Iraq having weapons of mass destruction, and you can justify an invasion of Iraq based on these clear lies, and then through that invasion, 500,000 children starve to death because of embargoes, countless people are killed that didn't have to be killed, loss of at least 1 million lives over the course of the entire war, and then the starving people afterwards. Well, that's demonic, isn't it, for those people?
Well, does that mean that you believe in the devil or Satan?
I don't know what I believe in and what I don't believe in because I haven't experienced it. Maybe if I experienced Satan, I'd be like, wow, Satan's real. But you're allowed to believe in God. But as soon as you start saying you believe in the devil, people look at you sideways. Like you could be the president and you can say, God bless our troops. Nobody bats an eye. But if you say the problem with America is the devil, and we will find the devil and we will root him out of our world, and that's what we're going to spend all your tax dollars on now.
Yeah, I mean, you could.
I think good and evil are real things.
You can pray for God to bless the troops, and you could pray for protection from Satan's influence on the troops if you were able to put the two on.
Right, as soon as you bring up Satan publicly, you lose all the secular people. Right, you can say you could praise God. And people go, oh, it's in the fucking, Pledge of Allegiance. It's normal.
Whatever, yeah.